Hi, Julius here. In this quick video I'm going to talk about Tangent Ripple, the new controller by Tangent. I'm going to compare it to MIDIGrade and just give you some glance to the performance of it. The body itself of it feels really plasticky. It almost feels like a toy to me, and when I'm handling it I'm afraid of breaking it. But luckily it comes with the storage bag, so at least that helps with traveling and moving from place to another. The plasticness doesn't really bother me when in use because the knobs feel great, and especially the turnable knobs. They are really smooth in operating. The tracking balls, they feel like snooker balls or billiard balls. They have a really solid feel to them, and I like operating with them. It isn't plug and play per se, because on first use with Resolve you would have to install Tangent Hub software, but after that it really becomes a plug and play controller, which is pretty great to think about. It's easy to travel with, and I have liked using it so far. But what it really lacks of, I think, and I find it somewhat amusing that people refer to Tangent Ripple as the go-to controller for beginners, because color grading is much more than just controlling lift, gamma and gain. I feel like people talk about it like it's all you need, but I'd like to offer you a different approach. Of course I'm biased because I have my own product called MIDIGrade, and it's a mapping I have done for DaVinci Resolve, and it's aimed for Mac OS X users. When I first developed the whole MIDIGrade software, I wasn't even that worried about controlling color wheels and luminance, because that was probably one of the easiest things to do for me using a Wacom tablet. What was really stressing me out was handling qualifiers, power windows, simple color adjustments. That feels really stressful with a mouse or even with a Wacom. So that was the first initiation to create MIDIGrade, and everything of that lacks in Tangent Ripple, but everything that Ripple has to offer feature-wise is found in MIDIGrade. So in a way, if I can suggest something, that would be to get MIDIGrade first, and then when you have saved up money you can buy the Ripple later, and it will be a great addition to the whole system. I'm not saying that Ripple is a bad controller, quite the opposite. I find it really good at what it does, and I have found that what is really great about Tangent Ripple and MIDIGrade together is that they work flawlessly together, because you can even manipulate MIDIGrade and Tangent Ripple at the same time. Overall, my feeling is that the Tangent Ripple and MIDIGrade are almost like created for each other. It's really easy to have them both in front of you, and I feel like I have a full control of the Resolve software with it. Another thing I find Tangent Ripple lacking is, of course, the offset. You don't have any control available for offset adjustments, which is quite a bummer, because I didn't use that much when I started grading, but over time I have found more and more use for it. And I wish there could be like at least an option to toggle it on using the A button, especially because in Resolve it doesn't have any function right now. So at least in MIDIGrade you have that option to use offset, but of course I wish that that will be available in Tangent Ripple too. Overall, I'm really happy after receiving this controller at last. When it initially was introduced, I already saw tremendous potential in combining the power of this controller and MIDIGrade. Probably because, in my opinion, they even aren't competing with each other, because they really complete different goals. Let's take, for example, the DaVinci Resolve control panel, which is kind of like an airplane cockpit, and it's priced as such. You have so many knobs there, and the tracking balls and the luminance sliders is just one part of it. So you can kind of think this is like the budget version of that whole big thing, because remember that instead of just being that 16 knobs, which the MIDIGrade controller looks like, it actually has the 4 banks. So it in total has 64 knobs and 64 buttons. So that really adds to almost like a complete control panel, and that's for way under $1,000. I find this really, really attractive, and I kind of feel like I have finally, using MIDIGrade with Tangent Ripple, I have arrived to the place where I have total control of the software. There's really not much to say about Tangent Ripple because it just works. And, well, I like it and I can recommend it, especially because it works with MIDIGrade. Thanks for watching.